Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Creative P. For today's video, I'm going to be showing how I did these feeding cornrows. So if you want to see how I did it, just keep on watching this video. If this is your first time here, you're very welcome. This is the braid pattern that I sectioned my hair in. I was gonna do like straight backs, but then I decided at last minute to go ahead and just part that middle section in two. So I'm gonna have 2 braid on each side, and then in the back I'll have 3. And then as I go along, I'm gonna decide how I'm gonna do the top half of my head. Right here, I'm using Shine and Jam magic fingers to slick down the roots of the hair and to clean up the parts. I usually use the Shine and Jam in the orange jar, but I saw this one in the hair store. It's by Stasha Harris, and I decided to give it a try. To start the braid, I part like a 1/4 inch of my natural hair in the front, and then I start by doing 3 stitch. Next, I take a small piece of braiding hair, and I placed it under my index finger, and the other piece under my middle finger that's holding the middle piece of the braid, the middle piece of the cornrow, and then I plait both pieces at the same time in the hair. There are many different ways and methods to do the feeding braid, so when you're doing it, you have to do the method that's comfortable for you. For me, plaiting both pieces at the same time is comfortable, so that's the way how I do it. So as you go along in the braid, I would increase the thickness of the hair that I'm feeding in, the braiding hair. So I start with a small piece and then increase the thickness as I go along, the further I get into the braid. This hair was not the best quality hair to braid with. This hair was dry and it was really rough, and I noticed that when I was doing the stitches it wasn't as tight or as smooth as I would like it. So I would not use this hair to do feedins. When I did my box braids and I used it, it was fine, but to do the feed-in, this hair is not good at all. So now I'm at the top of my head. I decided that the top half of my head, I'm just gonna do 3 big braids and then I'm gonna do 3 small in between. For the small braids, I just used my natural hair. I did not have any of the weave to it. I just used my natural hair and did the smalls, and then I just had them in the back of the big braid. Doing your own hair is very time consuming, and it can get very overwhelming because it's not easy to have your hand hold your hands over your head like that. But if you practice, you can do it, and it get easier as time goes by. This style took me like 2.5 hours total to do it. I could have done it in a shorter time, but I stopped. But I think 2.5 hours was a good time to achieve this look. My partings are a little bit off, but I think they're pretty decent for me doing it myself. Well, that's it, guys. I think I did a pretty decent job for a DIY feed-in. If you like this video, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and I hope that something was learned from this. If you don't know how to do your own braids, I hope you learned some tips from this video, and see you guys soon for another video. As always, thanks for watching.